Yes, welcome back to the next one. Here we are going to see about definition for base units. As we all know about the base units, right? Meter, length, meter, kilogram, seconds, right? For those, all those have some definition. Here we are going to see. The first one, meter. What is meter? You know only the meter, right? But it has some basic definition. The meter is the length of a path travelled by light in vacuum during time interval of 1 by 299,792,458. So if you are doing like that, that will use the meter value. That is 1 divided by 299,792,458. Yes, clear? Simply for your remembrance, and this part I can say that is 3 into 10 power 8. We are generally using 3 into 10 power 8, but in upper classes we are using exact value of speed of light. So 299,792,458. Right. Again I am telling the meter is the length of the path travelled by a light in vacuum during a time interval of 1 by 299,792,458 of a second. And next one, kilogram. What is kilogram? Kilogram is equal to the mass of the international prototype of the kilogram. So here we are chosen a platinum iridium alloy cylinder kept at International Bureau of Weight. So this is a reference for kilogram part, a platinum iridium alloy cylinder kept at International Bureau of Weights and Measures at near Paris, France. And here we are going to see about second. What is second? The second is the duration of 9192631,770 periods of radiation corresponding to the transition between the two hyperfine levels of the ground state of cesium 133 atom. So here they have chosen cesium atom, right? In that cesium atom ground state. What is called hyperfine levels? So in the ground state they have some levels put up in the energy level band. So that is the hyperfine levels. So the transition between two hyperfine levels of the ground state of the cesium 133 atom, that will give 9192631,770. That much time will take. The next one is ampere. As we know about the current, right? Yes. The ampere is that constant current which is if maintained in two straight parallel conductors of finite length of negligible circular cross section and placed 1 meter apart in vacuum. So here we are choosing two straight parallel conductors which has infinite length but negligible amount of circular area of cross section and place 1 meter apart in vacuum. And these wires produces some force. That force is equal to 2 into 10 power minus 7 Newton per meter of length. That much force will exert. That is called definition for ampere. And next one is Kelvin. What is Kelvin? The Kelvin is the fraction 1 divided by 273.16. Somewhere else you have seen, right? 273. Yes. So 0 degrees is equal to 273 Kelvin. That shows here 1 divided by 273.16 of the thermodynamic dynamic temperature of the triple point of water. In chemistry you study the triple point of water, right? So from that reference only we are taking as Kelvin. Here we have seen about mole. What is mole? The mole is the amount of substance of a system which contains substance as many elementary entities as there are atoms in the 0.012 kilogram of carbon 12. So here if you are seeing the carbon 12 is a comparison, right? So if you are taking any one value, that particles or that substance will have many particles, right? that are all having the atoms of 0.012 kilograms of carbon 12. And the next one is candela. What is candela? Luminous intensity, right? So the candela is the luminous intensity in a given direction of a source that emits monochromatic radiation of frequency 540 into 10 power 12 Hz, and that has a radiant intensity in that direction of 1 divided by 683 watt per steradian. Right? Steradian later we will see on the next slide or later. And here we are going to see about plane angle. What is plane angle difference? So the ratio of length of arc ds to the radius r. So here this is called arc length. Yes, this is called arc length, and this is the radius. So the ratio between ds by r, that will gives plane angle d theta. And the next one is solid angle. So here solid angle means the solid angle is d omega as the ratio of intercepted area dA of the spherical surface. Yes, this is the dA of the spherical surface, and to the square of its radius r. Its radius is r, this one, right? So dA by r square will gives about d sigma, right? That d sigma will gives about solid angle. Yes, so the solid angle is d sigma is equal to dA by r square, whereas plane angle d theta is equal to ds by r. I hope you understand well.